To hit the glass and went in.
And he matches his opening night point total with 38. Got Aldridge on it. Sidesteps it. Backs up. Goes back to work. Shovels at the membrane! Are you kidding me?
What's up, everyone? Welcome back to another one of my videos. And in this video, we're going to be talking about James Harden some more. So we're going to continue with the James Harden saga. So this is 2.0. So about a week ago, a photo leaked on the internet where it was Harden and a woman in a building. That's all we really knew. Now, rumor leaked that it was actually a strip club and Harden with his mask, well, lack thereof, so he had no face mask, no any kind of COVID relief, if you will. So that happened about a week ago. And now a lot of things are breaking out today. But in the past week, tensions have been rising in Houston as Harden has been getting in altercations with his teammates, including the one you probably already heard about with Jason Tate, who he threw a ball at during practice. Don't know what it was all about. But you have to imagine that Harden's doing these ploys on purpose, as there has never been any issue with Harden on any other team or anything at all with Harden his entire career. So the fact that he is doing these things now just shows you how much he wants out of Houston. And I feel like he might even be blaming Houston for that photo leak last week on not so much the photo itself, but how it was a strip club. And that can be a problem. So I feel like this was in retaliation of that by attacking, well, not attacking, but getting into an altercation with a rookie teammate, with someone who he has never really been able to bond with or anything like that. So now I think in retaliation of that, Houston comes back with the NBA to investigate, well, what really happened in that video? Why was Harden there, and what was it all about exactly? So Harden claims he was just supporting a friend who had some kind of benefit, and he was just there for just support. Now Houston is, and the NBA are basically, they're not so much claiming that it was a strip club, but they are looking into it to make sure it wasn't a strip club. And I feel like this is a disaster right now for all you James Harden owners, because originally I just thought, there's going to be some tension, and Harden, I'm not surprised with Harden throwing a ball at a teammate and getting into a smaller altercation. That just raises tension. That just shows the organization he wants out. And I figured he'd be doing some small things like that. But the strip club picture, that sets a bad precedence, as if he really was at a strip club, he may get suspended, which is going to hurt his value for our fantasy teams, for whoever has them. And even if he wasn't at a strip club, the fact that he's not wearing a face mask, I'm pretty sure that violates some kind of NBA protocol. So regardless of how this comes out, strip club or not, no strip club, I can't see a scenario where Harden doesn't get some kind of fine or suspension. And if it's a suspension, that's going to really hurt. Now, this is not only bad news for us, and Harden, us as fantasy owners and Harden, but it's also bad for Houston, because this is going to make it harder for Houston to get the value that they want. Now, they haven't budged on what they wanted. They want a ton of first-round picks. They want a young superstar. They want a king's ransom, if you will, and they weren't going to get that before. Otherwise, I think it would have happened. There were some teams that I've looked into that could have easily made this happen. And by the way, I will be making videos on teams that Harden can land up on. So make sure you watch out for that. But going back onto this point, Houston wanted a king's ransom, and they didn't get it before. They're not going to get it now. And now one has to wonder what kind of package a team will be willing to put together to get Harden. he's still older. He's just at the end of his prime, and any given year he's gonna start sloping down. So how much a team is gonna want to pay for him, I can't imagine it's gonna be what Houston expects it's going to be. So moving on to some more news out of Houston. A lot's going on in Houston right now. So Ben McLemore, he ended up testing positive for COVID, and not only that, Wall and Cousins were both in close contact with McLemore, which means they're actually out for tonight's game. And there's also rumors that more players may have been in close contact. So if it's enough players, this game might actually get canceled. The Thunder and the Rockets game may actually get canceled tonight, which would set huge precedents for just what we can expect as fantasy owners moving forward. Like, how many players is it going to take for a game to get canceled? So it's going to be very interesting to see how this plays out. But as far as the James Harden controversy right now, I would still hold on to him. I wouldn't trade him, because once he does move, I expect him to play and I expect him to ball. But until he gets out of Houston, things are going to be shaky for you for the first, who knows, however long it takes. The sooner he's out of Houston for fantasy owners, the better fantasy impact Harden will have for your team for the remainder of the year. So just keep that in mind, guys. Try and hold on to him as long as you're not losing too much. Even if you're pulling out someone with him, that'll be a good sign for your team. And I would just hold on to him, because I don't think you're going to be able to trade him for strong value in return right now with everything that's been happening. So that's all I have for you in this video. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope it's going to help you out. I hope it's informative. And that's all I have. So have a good day, everyone.